Happy Vlogmas Day 7.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
It's Sunday, so I need to reset everything. My room is not the cleanest, but it's not super messy either. I just need to get that back together. I need to do laundry. And then I need to schedule out this entire week because this week I think I have a lot of stuff to do. And I need to make sure I'm not missing anything. I need to make sure I'm doing everything on time. Make sure I get everything done. So, what time is it? It's 10:20. It's not gonna take me very long to clean up my room and stuff. So I think I'm gonna put my clothes in the washer. Then I'm going to start cleaning my room. But before that, I need to eat my food. My dad brought me breakfast. So while I eat, I'm gonna watch iCarly.
After I ate my breakfast, I finally got up and went downstairs so I could go ahead and get started on my laundry. I had way more than I thought I had, so I needed to hurry up and get started before anybody else in the house needed to do theirs. And you might be wondering why all these clothes are hanging above our washer and dryer. And it's because all my life I've never known my dad to put any clothes in the dryer. Only socks, underwear, and pajamas go in there. So he has this system where once your clothes are done in the washer, hang them up, let them air dry, and once they're dry, take them upstairs and put them up in your room. So you can see I'm moving stuff in the dryer right now, but I don't leave it in there. That's my sister's stuff, and I eventually go through and hang up her stuff for her since she was at practice, and then I go ahead and start on my own. I realized that I didn't separate my clothes before I came downstairs, so right now I'm just separating into whites and then colors. And when I was at school, I had some red clothes washed with just my regular colors, and they definitely bled onto my clothes, and I haven't washed my clothes the same since. So I always do anything that's red, orange, even sometimes hot pink and black together, and then everything else, all my lighter colors, I do by itself. And I promise I never had that problem until I went away to school, and then all of a sudden it wanted to happen, so I changed the way I wash my clothes. After I separated everything, I ended up having about 3 loads, so I wanted to go ahead and get started before everyone else got home in case they needed to wash their clothes to get ready for the week. I went back upstairs into my room so I could get started on cleaning. I picked up those clothes on my bed. I promise they're not dirty. I had them on like 15 minutes before this because I was going to run to the store and get some more laundry detergent, but my dad ended up getting it so I didn't have to, and I knew I was just going to wear them when I went to my mom's house later. So I started making up my bed, and I took everything off my bed and put it on my nightstand so I could make up my bed. And I had a bunch of stuff on the other side of my bed on the ground. I had a few blankets, so I went ahead and folded those up. I decided to put this one on my bed this week as my Christmas theme. Then I folded up my other blanket, and I was going to put it in my closet with the rest of them, but I decided that there wasn't enough room over there, and I ended up just putting it at the foot of my bed underneath my other blanket. Then I grabbed my coat, and then those clothes I was talking about earlier, I put those back up, and then I just grabbed them back out later to put on. but I don't know why I did that. Maybe because I didn't just want to have the stuff sitting out and I didn't want it to be like out of place. But that's what I decided to do with that. You can see that I start grabbing stuff off the ground and going back to my nightstand. That way I can just start to put everything in its place. The stuff in this bag actually was staying in there. I just needed to take out my makeup bag and also see what else was in the big bag. But I put the makeup bag on my desk eventually. And then I started picking up stuff from when I was going shopping over the last week so I could put that in its place. And some of that is Christmas stuff, so I had to go put that up somewhere else. Then I sat down and went through my backpack that I used last week because it had all my stuff in it. So I just wanted to take out anything that needed to be thrown away and then put in the stuff that I need for this week coming up and just get everything all organized. After taking care of my backpack, I grabbed my purse so I could do the same thing. I change my bag so often and I put stuff in, I take stuff out, so I always just need to do a huge refresh at the end of the week all the time. I had a bunch of hats and a huge scarf in there for something that's coming up. I had to bring that from my mom's to my dad's. That way I could make sure I had enough for everyone in case they needed it. And then you see I just put everything else back in there that needs to be in there. And then it's time to move on to my vanity, which looks a mess. This happens all the time. I don't know why. I don't know how. Sometimes I'll put stuff up as soon as I get done using it. 9 times out of 10, I don't. So that's why it looks like this. I started looking around because I have a cart next to my vanity that has a bunch of my other hygiene, beauty products, hair products, all that stuff. And I decided to go ahead and take everything off of there, rearrange that because everything was just all over the place. So I did one shelf with all of my hair products. I did one shelf with all of my body care. And then eventually the bottom shelf became the one for all my candles, which you'll see in a little bit. But I just needed to go ahead and get refreshed and get all of that together because it looked a hot mess. After I got done with my rolling cart, shelf, whatever you want to call it, I ended up having just the products that I use on a daily basis that I take back and forth between my mom and my dad's house. So I put that stuff on my bookshelf that's actually behind my chair. That way I could put that in my bag before I left. And then the little bit of stuff that I put on my jewelry box was the stuff that I still needed to use. So I left that out and then eventually it got put away as well. My robe was on the floor, so I went ahead and hung that up on the back of my door where it belongs, and I took some Clorox wipes and wiped off my desk, and they weren't as wet as they should have been, so it really didn't work, but I tried. And then I had these 2 old candles, so I went ahead and lit those to see if they would stay lit, and only one did, so I threw the other one away. I'm back in the laundry room and I'm separating my clothes into what can be dried and what needs to be hung up. But as you can see, there's no room for me to hang up my clothes down there. So I go ahead and put those in my basket and take them back upstairs. And I just hang them up in my closet because I have a section that's pretty much empty. So that way my clothes can still air dry. Don't mind the basket next to my bed. It has my comforter in it. The other one, I need to wash it, and I normally would take it to my grandparents' house, but that's not feasible right now because their house is getting renovated. So I'm leaving it there for now. I'm just picking up the rest of the stuff on the ground, chargers, putting the sweatpants that were on my bed in my bag, taking out my trash, and then just trying to get everything else off my bed. Here I'm just showing you guys the candy cane pillow that I got from Five Below the other day. I need to get another white pillow because I don't like how it looks with just one. And then I go ahead and get the rest of that stuff off my bed. Those are the candy canes that I'm going to hang on my tree. And then I have a few more ornaments that I forgot I bought a long time ago. They were really cute and I want to put them on my tree. And then I'm showing you guys my ornaments. Really cute. It's like a little espresso martini, champagne bottle. Then that other one says push here for champagne. And then a cute little sparkly pink bow. It got a little blurry, but I was just finishing up the candy canes. And then I end my Sunday reset by jumping on my bed to watch more TV. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Walking in